Welcome to Hunting Tickers. This is the name of my blog, and I'd just like to say my theme or tagline, you can call it, is killing bulls and bears, i.e. meaning I can go both long and short in the stock market. So who am I? I am a senior undergraduate civil engineer. I work part-time during the school year for Osborne Engineering, and I work full-time during the summer in between semesters. I am also an entrepreneur. I own a website called wolfofscholarships.com. I'll post a link in this video if you're interested in learning about that or learning about how to get scholarships for school. I advocate debt-free, loan-free education. I personally received over $40,000 in scholarships. I graduated with about $10,000 extra in my personal bank account, which is how I am starting to fund my trading account, because I'm going to take money and grow it and make more money with it. So, I'm also an inventor. Obviously, I can't talk about too much about what I am attempting to invent, but I do have a couple ideas that I am messing around with a couple buddies, and maybe someday you will hear about those inventions if they ever come to fruition and are as good as we think they are in our heads. I'm a USAPL powerlifter. I compete in the 181-pound weight class. If you don't know anything about powerlifting, I compete in 3 lifts: squat, bench, and deadlift. Try to lift it as much as I can one time. And I'm a trader. Obviously, that's why I'm reviewing this. And as you can see from the picture on the right, I am an avid hunter. So I am a member of the Sykes Training Challenge. I joined in December of 2015. So I trade part-time, as I mentioned. I'm not full-time. I cannot be in front of the computer screen full-time and watch the market. So that's why I found Tim Sykes. I like the strategy. It doesn't involve you being in front of the computer screen full-time. He preaches about waiting for the ideal setups, and that's what I am working on learning. So my broker is E-Trade Pro. I'll obviously get into more details in later videos. I just want to give you a brief rundown and introduction. And I started with a small $1,000 account. This is all of my own money, so I'm very safe with it. I don't take huge risk with it. It's my personal money. I do not want to lose any of it. So I'm very, very cautious, especially when learning. So basically, as I mentioned, I trade part-time, so I can't be in front of the market. So I'm trying to find a niche that allows me to trade, be profitable, but I don't have to be in front of a computer screen 24/7 watching the market, because it's just not feasible for me at this point in my life. Maybe later on down the road it is, but at the moment it's not. So my first strategy is I go long morning spikes. Basically, I go long because I'm under the margin rule for E-Trade. I need $2,000, so I can only go long until I cross over $2,000. So I got to double my account size before I can start shorting. So right now I'm only focused on going long, which kind of stinks because it takes out about half the place. Now, I mean, not obviously half the place, because some days there's more chances to go long and short and vice versa. But if you look at long and short, you can either go either or. So it's a coin toss, basically 50-50. So when I go long morning spikes, this is what I'm looking for: low float, under 10 million shares, lower the better; a gap up of greater than 10% in pre-market; above average volume for whatever that stock is. So that could be greater than 300,000, greater than a million. Basically, above average volume pre-market gives you an idea that it'll be an above average volume day. Again, you have to look at a long-term chart to see what the average volume is for that stock. A positive fundamental catalyst. This could be good earnings, a contract, a new CEO. Basically, anything that's positive fundamentally in the business that gets people interested in the stock. No overhead resistance levels. I don't want to buy if there's a lot at 390, if there's a lot of resistance at 410, because it's not going to spike as high as I would like it to. Also, there could be long-term bag holders or investors that are looking to get out in any spike if there's a lot of overhead resistance and they're looking to get out. And then lastly, ideally, it's in the first 15 minutes of the open. That's when the market is most volatile. And then I'd like it to break out over pre-market highs. So if the high of pre-market is $4, I'd like to buy at about 405 or something thereabouts. And then my second strategy niche is I go long on a strong close. So with this, I'm also looking for, again, a low float, ideally less than 10 million shares. Percent change in the day of greater than 10%. Basically, this shows the stock is volatile. Ideally, it's spiked up in the morning and it's been consolidating all day or thereabouts. Above average volume, again, means I can get in and out easier. Positive fundamental catalyst, which is, like I mentioned before, that's probably why the stock is up so early. It probably gapped up in the morning and had a big spike. Again, no overhead resistance either from the day or previous on longer term charts. Ideally, it occurs after 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Again, these are all Eastern time. I live in the East Coast of the United States, so it's easy for me. And then at least 1 hour of consolidation from the previous high day. So it's uptrending into the close. If it's downtrending into the close, then I'm not going to be interested in it. And then it's within 2.5% of high a day. Ideally, I like a breakout above high day, but within 2.5% of high a day, I'll look at buying into the close. So ideally, I like this strategy because it allows me to hold overnight for a potential gap up. That's what I'm looking for, and sell maybe pre-market as it gaps up, or if it's really gapping up, maybe sell within the first couple minutes of the open. Ideally, this is great for me because it gets me around the pattern day trade rule since I am an account under $25,000. So the rules that I've only been trading for about a month, so I've kind of taken some rules from Tim Sykes and from the 6 trades that I've have learned from. So I cut losses quickly. My greatest loss, I believe, is 6 cents a share. I have a very small account, so if things start going south for me, I'm just getting out. I know people, Tim Grittani, another guru on Profit Lease, talks about cutting losses intelligently. I'm new to trading. This is all new to me. I'm still experimenting. That's why I'm trying to create my strategy niche. So I'm going to kind of show you how I do that step by step on my blog. And basically, I cut losses quickly. So if it's just going away from me, I'm just getting out. I only have $1,000. I don't want to blow up. I'd rather lose 6 cents a share and then live to fight another day than, become a bag holder, turn it into a swing trade and hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy, as Tim Sykes often says. And then have a plan. A couple of the trades that I've lost money on, I didn't have a plan. And as you'll see when I get into the next one, don't follow alerts. Again, if Tim Sykes says I'm trading, such and such ticker, and then I just jump in it, I don't have a plan. I have no idea what a stop is. I have no idea where a profit target is. I have no idea where resistance is. And usually I buy too late into the alert. And because usually when he gives an alert, it's a pretty volatile time in the stock. It's either going up extremely fast or down. And by the time I get in, I'm either buying at the bottom or buying into the top or shorting into the bottom. And it just never works out. So I've learned, do not follow alerts no matter what. It may suck. Sometimes it may work for you and you get in on a stock that goes, up 7 points, but chances are that's the exception, not the rule. Journal everything. I created a trading notebook. I will be uploading that to the website as soon as it's finished. It's currently under construction. And I will post a link in this video once it's up. It should be up here within the next couple of weeks. Working on getting that all wrapped up. And then one position at a time. Obviously, I'm under the PDT rule. I can only take 3 round trips in a 5-day business period. So 1, that just limits me on the number of trades. 2, it's just hard for me to monitor 2 positions at once. I just one thing at a time. I'd rather do 1 trade 100% right than 2 trades 50% right. Or if you want to look at in profits, I'd rather get 100% profits out of 1 possible trade than mediocre profits out of 2 trades. That's just me. These are rules that I've learned. And then do my own research. Chat rooms are great, but do your own research because at the end of the day, it's your money. So you wouldn't go up to a poker table or something and let somebody else gamble with your money. I know this is not gambling. That's not what I'm saying. But basically, you would not trust somebody else with your money when they can lose it. If you're going to buy a car, you would not give your buddy, $10,000 and say, hey, buy a car for me. You do your own research. You look into the car. You look up the Carfax. You test drive yourself. It's the same idea. This is like driving a car. Do your own research before you buy it or short it. And 1 niche. So obviously, mine are kind of related, but I focus on 1 strategy. This is my first time trading. There's so many different strategies out there. When I first started about a month ago, I was just chasing strategies, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I've already lost $34. It's not a lot, but I don't want to lose any money. I'm just chasing random stupid stuff that I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to expect. So I'm focusing on those niches. I have a trading strategy notebook that I've started journaling, what happens so I can kind of get some odds, start getting predictability and probability in my favor. If you're interested in following this journey or having any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Profitly, bowhunter_51. There's my profit page. Like I said, I've lost $34, 2 profitable trades out of 6. So I'm winning 33% of the time. I'm on Instagram right there, Twitter. And my blog I have the name of it. I'm not going to release it yet because it's not up and running, but I will post a link right here when that is up and running in a couple of weeks. I'm on Facebook if you're curious in finding me. So I want to thank you guys for viewing this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. The email is in the description box below. And hopefully we can revisit in a couple of weeks, and I will become a more profitable trader following this strategy. Wish you all the best,